as we teased it a little, we talked to Rob Schneider. Let's open up the situation here with this Bill Murray mishigas, as they said on What's Happening. So Bill Murray back in the news as production on his latest movie is completely stopped due to some inappropriate behavior. Details about the incident recently emerged in a report published by Puck. Multiple sources claim that Murray kissed and straddled a young female production staffer on set. He reportedly said that the staffer had been flirting with him. Also, he kissed her on the mouth, but they both had masks on. Murray and the woman ultimately came to a settlement, and apparently she got just north of $100,000 for that. But this has triggered an investigation. They've halted production on Being Mortal. Aziz Ansari's directing. Keke Palmer's in it. And now everybody's going, well, now that you mention it, I have a story. So we talked to Rob a little bit, who said, like, yeah, he just wasn't very friendly. Didn't seem to like any of us, especially Farley and Sandler. Gina Davis had some things to say. Do you remember the movie? I remember it really well. Quick Change.
It's a great movie.
When they're like robbers.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, when he's dressed like the clown.
Yeah, the clown.
1999.
Yes. But that's all I remember, dressed like a clown.
Right. They were in that together. She said,
Randy Quaid stole the show.
That's exactly right. He would scream at her in front of the cast and crew. He would scream at her in private. He would like use a back massage on her when she asked him not to. Just kind of just being inappropriate. And then this funny story from Seth Green has been making the rounds the last 24 hours or so. So I guess he did a bit on SNL. Like he was like the kid expert on some bit like with Mary Gross. Okay. And he was sitting on the arm of a chair in the green room, and I'll let Seth take it from there. But this is about a minute-long clip of the question was, who's the rudest celebrity you've ever encountered? And this was his answer.
And then my mom goes, since he's the Bill Murray, you should maybe give him his seat. And I go, I've never been more indignant to be told that the arm of this chair, are you this much of a jerk? You're this rude to tell a 9-year-old to get out of your... What is this power play? He picked me up by my ankles. I know, right? Gasped from the crowd. Held me upside down. You have to remember, when I was 9 years old, I was probably less than 4 foot. So he dangled me over a trash can, and he was like, the trash goes in the trash can. And I was screaming. And I swung my arms, flailed wildly. Full contact with his balls, full contact. He dropped me in the trash can. The trash can falls over. I was horrified. I ran away, hid under the table in my dressing room, and like just cried, and was like, oh my God, I don't want to do the show. I can't believe this happened. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. So it turns out it was Eddie Murphy and Tim Kazurinsky. They come back and come to my room. They're like, hey, everybody knows Bill's a dick. You know, he's hosting the show. He's probably really nervous about it. You be a pro, right? The show must go on. Mm-hmm. You be a pro. You're a pro, right? And I was like, I'm a pro. I'm a pro. Yes, I did. Wow. I did. I went and did it. I went and did the bit, and we've never seen each other since. But the best part is I ran into...
What is this from?
It was like some game show he's doing with those two guys. Like they have to hit a buzzer and answer the question or eat something gross.
On a what?
The show we were just watching, or the story he's talking about?
No, the we just watched. Yeah. Where's that from?
It's I need to find the name of it, but they're doing a bit where if they don't answer an embarrassing question, they have to like eat something disgusting.
Like horse shit?
Like horse shit.
Like a Philly
fan? Is that
Yes.
called Fear Factor?
Yes. Exactly.
I have a question, Adam, while she's looking this up, because you're in show business, right?
I'm just wondering what this was. Is like for the internet, or is that?
Yeah, it's a YouTube series.
Oh, it's a YouTube show. Okay.
How if these accusations are true, and there seems to be multiple ones against Bill Murray, how does somebody get that far in show business? Like how...
Bill's Bill.
The first you're hearing about? Like Kevin Spacey and...
That's a good question.
It just shocks me. I was in a documentary 20 years ago, and I still hear about it.
With Seinfeld.
Yeah, I still hear about it.
No,
I'm still the villain.
Well, you're not...
Even though Bill Cosby's in the documentary.
Bill Murray's super talented, Orny.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's break it down.
How much more talented do I have to be forgiven with a documentary executive produced by Harvey Weinstein?
Oh,
How
really?
much? Yes.
I think, okay, so first off, it's kind of the lens. We're looking at everything through today's lens. Like when I was growing up, it was Christopher Columbus and the founding fathers. These were the greatest men on the planet. Now it turns out everyone owned slaves or poisoned indigenous people, and we all got to throw them into the piss trough of life at Wrigley and have them be dragged through it, right? Yeah. So part of it is the lens. Bill Murray used to be eccentric or considered reclusive, eccentric, whatever. We gave him a whole bunch of labels, but he made the studios lots of money, and everyone just sort of looked the other way. And leading guys were alcoholics, they were womanizers, they were racist, they were like, they did what they did, and everyone just sort of looked the other way. Now we're examining it through a completely different lens, and then you're going, what is all this shit he's doing now? Like, why was he able to get away with all this stuff? It's like, well, we didn't look at it. We didn't call it what it is. Right. If you put on a mask, a surgical mask, and your co-star has a surgical mask, and you lay a kiss on her, that wasn't assault in 1989. Or in my eyes, it's still not assault, but we've changed the definition of everything.
But you wouldn't do it.
I would think it would be funny, like I would think it was funny, like when Al Franken had his hands over the flak jacket, like pretending to feel boobies that were covered with Kevlar. You know what I mean?
Like, I get it.
Now I wouldn't do it because I'd be like, oh fuck, everyone has a stick up their ass. But people used to do it, and so
he's still in that mindset.
Judged it
but
differently.
People were quietly canceled, or they weren't sort of brought back to productions, or they'd be like, Bill's a little difficult to work with. They don't care, because if Bill's not making them money, they'll find somebody else that will make them money. That's what my question was.
So, this is unconfirmed, but it lines up with everything we're talking about. Bill Murray was replaced between Charlie's Angels 1 and Charlie's Angels 2.
Right, with Lucy Liu, right?
But Bernie Mac.
No, I'm sorry, because they were fighting.
Oh, yeah, because he said something to Lucy Liu along the lines of, these two are big stars, what are you doing here? And that didn't sit well with one of the stars of the film.
I agree, but you just don't say it out loud. You got to think it.
The name of the show, by the way, is called Good Mythical Morning. And it has a live studio audience. So, I mean, now, does anyone care? Because, again, we've had this tested multiple times, but like, Bill Murray's beloved. He shows up, like Tom Hanks does, like at a diner at midnight, and everybody takes their picture with him, and it's like the best, and we remember how much we love him.
I don't like, I don't need that much out of my male actors. Like they don't have to be gentlemen. They just have to show up, make people laugh, and leave. But also, I don't like the accumulation thing, that's my, like, this guy's jaywalked over 7,500 times. It's like, all right, but give me a murder or a manslaughter or something.
It doesn't equal one murder
in there. Like him being weird, creepy a little bit, whatever. It's still you jaywalked 75,000 times. I need some Harvey Weinstein meat on the bone.
It is interesting too what gets you that lifetime cancellation and what doesn't. Like Mel Gibson is still working. He's still making movies, and by all accounts, you could see how he would be canceled for life. Kevin Spacey off the table.
But he didn't have a champion. Like, I feel like Mel Gibson can absolutely thank Jodie Foster for that. Don't you think she brought him back? Who else would give him a pass?
He's also very talented. You know what I mean? You can only keep talent down for so long.
So's Kevin Spacey.
Well, I think the difference is Mel Gibson creates his product and then gets people paid. Spacey's gun for hire, I guess.
That makes sense.
And whatever. Also, it's sort of random. But and then also, Mel said a bunch of horrible things, but we think...
those clips are remarkable.
They are awesome.
Talking to
the hot tub is the best. I totally agree with the man, by the way. 1,000%. But it was so, only a great actor could dig that deep, to hear him talk about getting against blowjob.
Huffing and puffing.
It's great.
It's really what saved his career. He was canceled, but he was entertaining at the same time.
So
right?
funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now his anti-Semitism next to Kanye West and other people may not seem as... It seems mild.
Downright quaint.
Yeah.
By the way, can I just say...
Not to excuse Mel Gibson's behavior.
I understand. Any thoughts? Because apparently a lot of people have thoughts that differ from mine on the Truth Social thing that Trump posted. Like, just fucking leave us alone.
I
Leave the
didn't
Jews
see it.
alone.
Oh, he did a Jew
Yes,
thing?
but he did it on Truth Social where he's at.
When did he do it?
Yesterday.
Oh, see, I was at the track.
Good for you.
I didn't hear anything.
If you guys can find it, that would be good. But
Although
it's
there's no
basically-
Jews at the track,
I
to be fair,
highly
so no
doubt
one was
there were
outraged.
Jews at the track.
Yeah.
It's
They own the land.
it's kind of
We
in a
come
way
to check
it's-
on it once a year.
In a way, it's innocuous, but in another way, it just is fucking insidious. And everyone's like, "What for you? You're such an alarmist." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you know me. That's what I'm known for." So it's basically just about how much Israeli Jews love him, and how he could be the prime minister. And if American Jews don't get their act together, like the evangelical Christians, it's going to be too late. I'm just like, would you shut the fuck up? Like, even if I agree or disagree or whatever, like. Americans can do it. They can think whatever they want. They can vote whatever they want. Like, stop singling out American Jews. Just stop talking about them. Do you have the tweet?
Well, it's got to be
Put it up. I'll read it to you.
negative.
It's no president. By the way, Truman may have something to say about this, but no president has done.
He's calling into my show tomorrow.
Good. No
Yeah,
president
sure.
has done more for Israel than I have. Somewhat surprisingly, however, our wonderful evangelicals are far more appreciative of this than the people of the Jewish faith, especially those living in the U.S. Those living in Israel, though, a different story. Highest approval rating in the world, could easily be prime minister. U.S. Jews have got to get their act together and appreciate what they have in Israel before it's too late. And people are tweeting me like, well, he's kind of right. I'm like, yeah, maybe not, but just stop. Like, we weren't even talking about this. Who was talking about this?
Because he sees Kanye West, and I don't get political, but I feel like
I was just like,
as
shut
a
up about
Jew
us.
American, which I didn't ever identify as a Jewish American. I didn't even know we were a group.
No.
But as someone who's Jewish, there is a rise in anti-Semitism going on right now, and I think he sees the attention that other people are getting, and that's all he cares about is
and people are telling me, like, you know what you're talking about. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go to the synagogue right now for my husband's basketball game and have to go through 2 metal detectors for a basketball game. So, yeah, maybe I'm fucking crazy.
It is sad when you go to synagogues now, and there is armed security outside.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh yeah, it's sad.
Just don't. It doesn't. My thing was, you might be right, but will you please
Sad.
just fucking keep us out of your mouth? Like, don't.
you Jewish now?
Yeah, I've been Jewish my entire life.
Since when?
Since I was
Mazel
born.
tov.
You got my little.
Oh, okay. So you speak for the Jews then. I'll sit
Thank you.
back.
I'm the
I wasn't
Lorax.
prepared.
I'm the Lorax.
No, I'm
no,
gonna
we
react
speak.
to you.
We speak.
Will you go ahead?
And it's just, we don't need any more attention. No, but just leave us alone. Don't have anyone look at us sideways. This is always how it starts.
Back to synagogue basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, can I tell you the name of
A
their
lot of
team?
set shots.
Can I tell you the name of it? That's funny. So they always have like funny names for their team, like the matzo balls
Sure.
or whatever. This year they're Cobra Kai.
Not bad.
It's pretty
Not
good.
bad.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it was
I
funny.
feel
It's a
like
good
I've
one.
heard that somewhere, Cobra Kai.
I mean, it's pretty. It's a
right,
lineup,
it's
no
good,
pun
but I
intended.
don't know where
There
the
was
hell.
God. What were the other ones? They were so funny.
All right,
Think about it, but
next
it's
story.
just
Enough with the
stop.
hate.
Thank
Enough with
you.
the hate, everybody.
Yeah.
Orny's right.
Yeah. It's got to stop.
Got to
Thank you.
stop. We have to have
A blanket. It's my
conversation.
blanket.
That's the thing. No more conversation. Leave us alone. Stop talking about it.
Well, isn't that what what's his name, Morgan Freeman
Yes,
said on the
I'm with
clip?
Morgan Freeman.
Same thing. Or give us a month.
Yeah.
We'd like
Yeah.
our month.
That's
finally.
right.
Yeah, you
Okay.
should have a month.
Yeah.
Thank you. No other time. Let's talk about Chicago. They are number 1 again, 8 years in a row. Greatest place to live if you love rats. The pest control company Orkin based its rankings on the amount of residential and commercial rat and mice treatments it performed over the past 12 months. Chicago beat out New York, beat out LA, DC, San Francisco, Chicago, number 1 again.
Christy and I were just there. We saw many rats.
Really?
Just, in very crowd. We stayed downtown, very crowded parts of the city, just on the sidewalk, back and forth. Gutter just up to the bushes.
I mean, does it have
Really?
to do with
Yes,
like
several.
water, like Lake Michigan, a water source? I mean, that would be New York and San Francisco then. So what is it, Chicago?
I think it's basically roaches in a kitchen. It's an example of how efficiently the household is
Right,
run.
right.
I would look at rats and academic test scores of if you just said, here's your 2 pieces, all we got We got shootings, rats, and test scores. I could basically make my decision on whether I wanted to move to that city or not with those. Rats,
Very
test
good.
scores, and
Yes.
shootings, I think.
Yes.
I hate to see Chicago lose another, one of these.
Someone's got to go through that toilet trough. Get the rats out of there. Maybe that was the Orkin guy. He spotted a rat.
That's how you clear them.
I would say the difference...
What's that guy's nickname? Drano? What do they call him?
Oh, the guy went through the trough, who's now 62 and has 3 grandkids.
It still smells like urine.
It still smells like...
You don't get that out.
I think we call them cakes.
Oh, that's
Because
good.
of the urinal cake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
Cakes is a good... And then you don't want a nickname that's on the nose. Like, hey, piss diver.
Right.
That's all in the name.
Right.
You want to call the guy Cakes, so when other people wander into the conversation, why do you keep calling that guy Cakes?
And
Does
you
he
can
love
bring it
cake?
up.
He likes Vandy Camp cake?
Yeah,
No.
Sit
I'll tell you
down.
the reason why. Back in '89, the Cardinals were in town. The Cardinal came. No, the team.
Do they still have those troughs, or is he the reason those troughs have now been eliminated?
Oh, that's
Good
a
question.
good point. Yeah, maybe they have to put like the chicken wire over them to prevent people from diving.
By the way, Woodstock
Salad bar.
'99, that documentary,
Oh, right.
they were doing that too. They
Through
were,
shit.
Through
They
shit.
didn't
and,
know.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they didn't win anything.
No.
They just saw a couple of bad bands,
That's
and they're
right.
like, let's go slide through the spillover from the
They
urinals.
drank the sewage water. They didn't know. It was
I
disgusting.
guarantee you, none of them got COVID. That
That you can
Cakes
be
is
certain
laughing
of.
his ass off.
That's-
Everyone else is going on a respirator.
Yeah.
And he's just fucking walking around laughing.
Do you find, like, if you have an option, like you go to, you're at the airport, and
The trough is still there.
The
Chris.
trough is
That's
still the trough is now the baby changing station in the men's room. It's been converted. But
Really?
do you, if given the choice, toilet or urinal?
Urinal always urinal.
Unless I need the toilet for.
But don't
two.
you feel this splashback on the urinal?
No.
Even if there's no separator.
No, and no divider. Yeah, I'm always a urinal guy.
Yeah.
I
But
feel like
the
there's
toilet
splashback.
feels like work.
But there's the like next to, like, I don't allow shoes in my house. People go, why? I go into a public bathroom, use a urinal, and look down.
Well,
and you'll
I
never.
feel
It's like low tide.
I feel
urinal.
compelled to lift the seat in the
Oh, sure.
in
Yeah,
the
you're not an
thing.
animal.
And
Right.
Like Dawson, remember that your story?
The radio.
Remember that Kayla Sex days? Dawson.
The one where I was peeing.
yeah.
That one, and you said, "Did you lift the seat?"
Yeah.
And I said, "No."
The time when you were peeing, and I asked if you lift the seat, you said no, but you were alone in the bathroom with 2 empty urinals.
Oh, that's a hate crime.
Well, that doesn't mean that there weren't people peeing when I walked in. It was a busy bathroom, and there are only 2 urinals for 7
I
radios.
Check the
walked
tape.
in. I didn't see anybody walking out.
I was already in there. Who knows? I don't know.
Those are
But the thing that got
coworkers
me about the whole thing,
down.
he thought I was
Sit
an
down.
animal. He thought I was an animal. That if I peed on the seat, I wouldn't clean it up.
Well, he's not going to like this, and I don't
I'm
think
saying
many.
they open urinals.
I don't think you're going to like this either. I think, and many viewers may object to this, but full disclosure, because I am criticized for not being completely open a lot of the times, on, on podcasts. So I'll share with you.
Please. It's a safe space.
I don't put the seat up. Okay, I risk it. If I hit the seat,
Yeah.
breaking news.
This is fucking crazy.
If I hit the seat, then I put it up and leave. So the next person doesn't think, right? Oh, that guy just pissed on the seat. Full disclosure, I risk it. I risk it.
Let me ask this, etiquette-wise.
Yeah.
Since we're all being open
And maybe
books
it's a
here.
Boston thing,
We're laying our
right?
cards on the
horrified.
table
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
and put it out their own piss.
That's right.
Etiquette-wise, my worst nightmare. Soho House 2 weeks ago. Fran Drescher's book drop. Oh,
nothing.
nothing. go in to use a very smallish bathroom, Brian.
They're
We'll
very
continue.
dark.
Very dark.
We
get it, you
very
belong
dark
there
and
too.
very small. On
No,
the
but those ones are weirdly dark.
on the second floor. It's
Yes.
small, dark. I go in there. I set a foot in there. I was like, oh, somebody blew this place up 5 minutes early. Somebody destroyed it. I'm like, okay, but I got to piss.
When
so
you escape, they're going
I'm
to think
pissing.
that,
I'm pissing. And I piss and I flush. And I'm trying to get out of there as fast as I can. I'm in there 30 seconds. Open the door, cute chick waiting to get in
Always.
the unisex bathroom.
Always.
It's like, I want to go. That's
was like
not that.
You can't.
Not me. What do I do?
You sound
Nothing?
like an insane person.
But she might recognize me and go, Carolla, shit up the head at the Soho. You don't go to the Soho House, take a dump, do that in your apartment and come here to eat. You know, is there a look? Is there a nod?
At that point, I would use your expertise, and I'd say, something's wrong with the plumbing in this place.
Uh-huh. Let's
I hope
get
it's
Ken
okay.
out here.
Hope it's okay. Yeah. Hope it's okay in the kitchen.
That's
Ken
interesting.
could take care of it.
Yeah, but I think you have to pass
No,
the buck
no.
more.
If I'm attacking the plumbing, that's me
you.
covering up
Yes.
my own.
You're right. You have
Tracks.
to pass the buck more. You have to say, I'm just letting you know the guy that was here before me, it was a situation. So if I were you, I would get in and get out. You just blame it on just you have to say it. The plumbing suggests that you couldn't flush the toilet.
or throw yourself in the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just hang yourself.
All right, I said nothing, but I only had a moment. There's a split second in the hall as you
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah.
If you circle back and knock on the door, that makes you a maniac. You know, you have a millisecond to spit
Apply
something
further.
out.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring
I
it
hope
home.
she's a
Gina Grad.
listener of the podcast.
Oh, God, yes.
And now she knows her story has been corrected.
That's exactly right. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
But Mama!
Gina Grad.
That was the news with Gina Grad.
Oh, Orny Adams can be found doing stand-up all over the place at ornyadams.com. And then we're going to be in San Diego at Mic Drop Comedy, and that's October 28th and 29th. We'll do 4 shows, 2 stand-up, 2 live pod there. And just go to adamcarolla.com for whatever ails you, because I'll be doing stand-up all over the place as well. Thanks, Orny.
Can we mention the special that you saw that was on Showtime a few years ago is now on YouTube.
Sorry,
I tried to sell
Right.
it to Netflix. They didn't want it. You can now watch it for free.
And it's funny, so please watch Orny Adams' special, More Than Loud, which is out on YouTube. So until next time, it's Adam for Orny and Gina and Bald saying, Mahala.